All right, Javier, we're back. Another DeFi Weekly. Um, Nice to see you again.
Hey, Jordan. Yeah, nice to see you again. DeFi Weekly number 6. Oh, time flies,
Yes,
right?
yes. It's good. We're being consistent, so that's that's good. So, basically, as usual, we're just gonna keep it brief and just go over what's happening in the market. It's been a great week for crypto markets. Um, So we're gonna go over the blue chip prices. We're gonna go over what's been moving. We're gonna go over on-chain metrics, which is pretty illuminating. We're gonna go over the market structure, which is also pretty illuminating. Not too many narratives this week with DevCon happening and stuff like that, but we'll briefly touch on that. And then we'll go through like what's happening in DeFi, like what are yields doing, what are rates doing, what new things are happening in DeFi. Um, and then we'll just share a couple of things afterwards.
Yeah,
So
sounds good. It was an exciting week. So,
yeah, it was really truly. I mean, I got the people sending me messages about, hey, like, should I buy this or do
should I
that?
buy now?
Yeah, I don't know if you got that, but
Yeah.
I got a couple of those. So state of the market, BTC touched 90K for the first time ever. So looks like new all-time highs pretty consistently. Like I saw 90, I think I saw 92 for a second. So yeah, we're in new all-time high territory, which is always exciting. Um, ETH and Solana still lagging a little bit behind. Solana a little bit less so. Their all-time high of Sol is about $250, I believe. Whereas the all-time high of ETH is closer to 5K. So we've got a ways to go before both, well, ETH at least hits a new all-time high. There's one thing
Yeah.
I saw. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm really surprised about ETH price movement. I mean, I thought that with BTC ATH, it's going to pump a lot higher, but well, it didn't. But that gave us an opportunity to go long, I guess. But that's for the end
Yeah.
of the episode.
So I saw this tweet that I don't know the how accurate it is, but I think it's pretty accurate. It makes sense. I've been hearing it from a bunch of different places. That there's a bunch of shorts on ETH, um, especially around like the a 3,500 level. This is the one that's been making the rounds. I'll share it really quickly. So yeah, basically this is the where you see a bunch of shorts piled up um, around that sort of you know
Yeah.
um, just a beyond 32 level. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm it should be interesting to see if that plays out.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that after it breaks that level, it should be interesting. Yeah.
yeah, totally, exactly. So yeah, biggest movers. Wow, lock in, keeping going up. I talked about this one like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was sharing lock in with somebody a couple of weeks ago, um, as well. Um, and yeah, it's clearly really moving up there. I think that's one to watch, honestly. Lock in. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I wasn't here in the last episode, but of course I watched it, and you talked about locking and about this that
yeah,
you saw it, and now it's made another 100%. So
ah, yeah.
sorry.
It's crazy. Um, yeah, it's crazy. I think it's like the youth, it's one of the youthful terms. So
Yes.
yeah, lock in and Doge, of course, I think is doing well because of Elon and Vivek. I think are on the
Yeah.
Doge part of the government. Um, and then yeah, so a couple other ones making like pretty going down quite a bit. The ones that pop out are Maple. I know we do a bunch of partnerships with Maple, so I'm not sure what's going on there exactly. Um, and then also Olas, I know is a AI coin. Um, looks like there's another AI one here. So, and the
Yeah.
biggest top one is also AI one. So I'm not sure what the wrongness is going on with the AI narrative at the moment. So, have you heard anything about that?
No, but I think probably it's just people taking profits. Like these meme coins narratives last how much? Like a couple of days, like a week at
Yeah.
most. So yeah, probably people just pumping and dumping. Yeah. And about Maple, they're releasing another token, so that must be the reason for MPL to be so low.
Oh, like an addition to MPL or something totally different.
Yeah, that's something different. Yeah, I'll share it in the description later. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Um. So one thing to keep in mind here is that I love the MBRB. If this, it's the one that I said, like. There's no perfect indicators, but it's just really nice to see like how in profit people are. Um. And um. You know, last week, if you zoom in here, it was about just over 2. And you can see now it's zoomed up to just pretty much 3. So things are not overheated by any stretch of the imagination, but like they're getting there, right? Like not quite. If you see anything above 4 or 5, that's you're getting into pretty um exuberant territory, but like the it's moving fast, basically. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. Is this a place to be buying? Not sure. Maybe it's a place to be protecting risk more so. So especially how
Yeah.
fast it happens. So
Logging in some profits, but watching at the biggest spikes, like 3, even 3 is like kind of low. It was like 2018, it was crazy, and 2021 also, it reached like 10 and 8. So
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Um, so yeah, this is one to watch. I'm very curious around like as we progress and do these and show the before like week to week how much it's going to change because I don't know, maybe we'll be here like saying when it's 6 we'll be like, oh, it looks good, it's fine, we should be fine. So yeah. Cool. So now if we look at the ETF flows, this has been great. Like we've seen incredible flows from for the the BTC ETF. Um, and if I actually just go to the data itself, we can see that even since it's starting to get back to where it was, like that consistent bid, that consistent flow is starting to come back with BTC. Like you can see, boom, at the beginning, it was like, really great, record setting in a lot of ways. You had this not brief, we had a lull here for a while, and then bang, we're doing really well week after week, which is great. Awesome. So
yeah,
that's
and you can
that's
read about it like on Twitter. Everyone's talking about it like every
yeah,
day. So yeah, it's been consistent.
exactly right. Um, and then we sort of see the not the same thing, but it's starting to happen quite a bit as well um, with ETH. So the ETH flows are better than they've ever been. Which is when you think about that in concert with the shorts that are ostensibly piled up, and then the inflows coming in for the ETF, it's are starting to come in. It starts to make a very compelling case, in my estimation, for ETH. So yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
if it breaks that level we were talking about, it will probably get a nice pump.
yeah, totally. Okay, so what else? Oh, um, is which tab is showing now?
market structure.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. So now, if we look at the funding, this is the one that's probably the most stark from last week to this week. So these are the days on the bottom here. So you can see just a couple of days ago, and we've dipped since then. So it makes sense that the funding started to get a little hot. So people were starting to get a little overzealous with their borrowing. And yeah, so we can see that that has been happening last little while, which is yeah, it seems like it's tamed a little bit since then, but it was clearly getting hot there with people with the leverage. So yeah, something to.
And I think it was last week that we saw the biggest rise in Bitcoin price in ever. You know, that 8K rise in one day was the biggest one ever. So that's probably that yellow orange funding. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a big rise.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know. I mean, it did look like every time I looked at the price, it was just like it wouldn't stop, basically. So yeah. Then with the market narratives, like yeah, as we're just talking about, like Bitcoin seems to be the biggest thing right now. In terms of just what's going on, like the Bitcoin bid seems to be kind of truly relentless. Yeah. And then also DevCon is going on. And if you're not in Bangkok, like I'm not, and you're not, it could be cool to just check it out on YouTube. So yeah.
Yeah, I think they have live streams, so yeah, you can check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, have you been checking out any of the talks, or?
I didn't check anyone yet, but I will probably check one after it finishes. You know, after everything comes down.
Right.
Yeah, I'll choose my favorite ones. There are also so many side events. You know, like side events have been going crazy in conferences. You have more side events than stuff to do in the conference, so you have to be there to really acknowledge all the content, all everything that's going on.
Right. Totally. Okay. Cool. So let's there are a couple of interesting things going on with these yields that are actually not expressed here. So yeah, always like to talk about DeFi yields, of course. And if we look at the kind of top ones right now, given that the leverage in crypto has been kind of high, I'm surprised to not see SUSD a little bit higher. I think this might be wrong, actually. If I like that, what they're, you guys saw. Yeah, it is wrong. Interesting. Okay, so the APY on Athena right now is actually 29%.
That sounds more accurate. Yeah, given the time. Yeah, 29%.
Yeah.
That's, I think
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
almost like when they started, it was like 30 something. So yeah.
Yeah. So I think this might be because it's a 7-day. Oh no, 1-day change. So maybe we should shout out to DeFi Alma to understand what's going on there.
What's going on?
Yeah. That's a little strange. So yeah, that's number one. So the first thing. The other thing is Spark and Sky. The USDS rate, I believe, is going up 1% to 7.5%. So let's see if I can find the news here.
Yeah, it's still pending the vote, but yeah, they're raising it again.
Still pending the vote. Okay. So yeah, we should definitely talk about that, or like share that with everybody later on. But those are definitely the two yields in my opinion, to really be like focus on. And I think also probably Aave funding has spiked up quite a bit as well, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah, yields all around. So if you want to take the opposite view of the market and try and get some guaranteed yield instead of speculating on the price still going up, yeah, now is probably the time.
Yeah, if you locked in some profits, it's a good place to let them rest a bit and get a super nice yield, because 29% on your stable is like crazy.
Ah, that's an excellent point. I think yeah, we should definitely talk about that to people. Like, yeah, I mean, I think if you took profits and were smart enough to take profits, then yeah, it's a great place to park your profits for sure.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to borrowing on DeFi, I love to look at our app to see, and we can see that borrowing rates are staying pretty consistent. But we know that with USDS and stuff, maybe the borrowing rate is going to go up a bit. So that's also something to keep in mind if you have an open borrow position at the moment. So yeah, I would say what else?
But
Yep. Sorry.
yeah, but honestly, with all these prices going crazy and what gas going crazy, like $100 for everything, on mainnet, these borrow rates still make a lot of sense. I mean,
yeah,
they're really, really good.
Yeah, totally.
We're talking about getting paid 29% on your SUSD and just like 5% on borrowing USDC. So get a nice yield loop there.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. Now this is something happening going on in Bangkok. It seems this is the DeFi renaissance. Have you heard anything about this, or maybe it's something we should follow up on next week when it's been more like aware, or people are more aware of it? But yeah.
Yeah, so these days Aave is making a side event that we were talking in Bangkok, very focused on different. You can see here about Sky, Uniswap, Lido, Centrifuge, Athena. They're all invited to this DeFi Renaissance Day, which is still ongoing. So probably next week we'll have more data, more insights about it. But it's exciting, because last year it was all about DeFi's dead narrative, Actually, if you look at DeFi Llama, like DeFi TVL, like it was kind of that. So seeing this like Renaissance, DeFi Renaissance is like, for me, it's exactly like a DeFi user, it's a DeFi worker, let's say. It's exciting. Yeah. Makes me bullish for the future.
Awesome. I don't see Morpho here, which is kind of funny, but yeah, me too. I've been a DeFi user for a long time, and it's been great. I think, but it should be interesting to see how it's gonna come back even better, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. So what is something that I've been doing all the long shorts recently? So what is something that you're kind of long on right now in your, so to speak, and what is something that you may be short on?
Yeah, well, I said it at the beginning. I would long ETH right now. I see the ETH BTC chart, and I was like, "Come on, ETH! Like, come on, do something," And so, yeah, I'm longing ETH right now.
Great. I think I would say the same. Actually, I'm always long ETH though. I like ETH. So, and what about short for you?
I'm not sure about what would I short now. Probably some meme coins, but the narrative is so strong that it doesn't matter. Like it's not rational, so it's about feelings and sentiment. And if it's pumping, then it's pumping. You don't go against the trend. So
That's
I'm
funny.
not sure.
So your short is being short. You're short on being short.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, that makes sense. Great. So lastly is so yeah, one podcast that it's interesting. Yeah, you're talking about the memes and stuff. I was short the memes a while ago, and yeah, obviously that wouldn't have worked out well for me. But I listened to this podcast with Arthur Hayes and the guy who's Murad Madov memes. So the triple M. And yeah, I would recommend listening to it. I thought it was quite good. So yeah. Anything that you've come across recently, Javier, that you thought has been pretty good, or?
Well, I didn't bring any gifts for this week, but I would probably I have an ask, and that would be like I see you you put like the bull market strategies, but I would also recommend like people like go to automation videos or our automation documentation because like with all the bullishness and the sentiments going on, sometimes you get lost, like you get greedy and then you probably get wrecked. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would recommend people to like, hey, you have a trading plan, just follow it. And if you're not awake all day, like we're not, you can automate the positions and leave those feelings aside.
100%. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, yeah, I totally agree. It's yeah, watch the automation videos 100%. And there are a bunch of blogs, so I guess we can link to those in the description or something, or maybe the first comment or something. But yeah, I would totally 100% agree. And then also like there are interesting combinations that you can use one automation with the other to really protect yourself, especially now. Like if you wanted to take a risk now and really protect your downside, you can use a stop loss or a trailing stop loss in really great ways, but also give you exposure to the upside. Like for example, using auto buy with a trailing stop loss is like is a great one. I'm thinking of doing it right now. Just talking about it, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, the pump is what we're calling this one. Because we got the last one. We were so back. It's true. So yeah, that's about it.
It was nice. It was nice having another DeFi weekly with you, Sharon.
Thank you. You as well. Nice to have you back.
Okay. See you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye bye.